Hello and welcome to another video by Day Night Gaming. Now patch 5.2 has finally arrived for the MMORPG known as Final Fantasy XIV in the expansion known as Shadowbringers. And a lot of new recipes has come out for crafting, and we have lost a couple abilities, but we have gained a couple more new ones. So today I'll be discussing how to create iLevel 480 gear in the new patch. So first off, it's very important that we use food to buff up our CP and our control. I still use blood bullet base. I'm pretty sure there are new and better foods out there, but I still have a lot of these and they're cheap to make, so I'm going to go and use that now. This is going to get our control up to 2558 as well as our CP up to 608. Now I'll go over gear more later, but this is a bit more CP than it's needed, so you actually don't have to meld as much as I did. Alright, so first off, as you can see, we no longer have the ability reuse, so we won't be getting any materials back while we craft, so we're going to have to make sure to use our materials more efficiently. So for this craft, as you can see, I'm only going to use normal quality materials, and any materials that I actually HQ, I'm just going to put back on the market and sell it. Alright, so as you can see here, all NQ materials, we're going to go ahead and synthesize now. Now at level 80, if whenever I'm trying to HQ craft something, I always make sure to start off with Reflect. It can only be used on the first step, but it's a very good opener. It gives you inner quiet and increases your stacks by 3. And this is very important because I'll talk about this more later, but this 3 actually ends up being very, very important. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to activate my Reflect. Then I'm going to activate Manipulation so that I can get back some durability as I use my actions later on. Now I'm going to use Innovation. And what this does is it increases the efficiency of a touch action by 50% for the next 4 steps. Now, even though it says touch actions, it actually means actions that improve quality, right? And it's only going to improve the quality bar as you use it. So we'll take note of that. Next, we're going to use Veneration. This is a new skill, new for 5.2, and it increases the efficiency of synthesis actions by 50% for the next 4 steps. And like Innovation, even though it says synthesis, it really just means any ability that increases progress. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and activate that now, as you can see there. So we have 3 turns of Veneration, but only, or 4 turns of Veneration, but only 3 turns of Innovation. Now we're going to spend the next 4 turns using Delicate Synthesis, which increases both progress and quality. So we're going to do this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and that's our 4th one. Okay, now that we've done 4 of those, we're going to start over again with Innovation. Once again followed by Veneration, and then 4 more Delicate Synthesis. So 1, 2, 3, and then our last 4th one. Alright, so this is very important. Because we've done Reflect, which gave us 3, and we did 8 Delicate Synthesis, that means we get to the 11 stacks of Inner Quiet. Very important. So from here, we're now going to do Byregod's Blessing combo. So we're going to activate Innovation. Then we're going to go ahead and squeeze in a Prudent Touch because we have some durability to blow right there. We're going to use Great Strides over here. Now this is going to increase the efficiency of the next touch action by 100%. This is extremely potent, and it's nice because even though it says touch action, it really just means any action that will improve quality. So this works with Byregod's Blessing. Byregod's Blessing does count as a touch action when triggering Great Stride. So we're going to go, and this should max it out. Even if this bar was over here, Byregod's Blessing should still max it out with our 11 stacks. So we're going to go and do that now. It's going to cap us out there. And then from here, we want to finish this off. We only have 5 durability, so we need to make sure that the next ability we use will complete the craft. So we're going to start off with Veneration to power up the next synthesis action, right? Then we're going to use Observe, and this will allow us to use Focus Synthesis. Now what this does is it increases progress by 200%, right? And it only has a success rate of 50%, but if we use Observe, the success rate is now 100. So when we click it, it's going to automatically go off. It's going to go off at with the efficiency of 200%, but it's going to be boosted by Veneration for 50%. There we go. We're going to go and use that, and that should cap it out. All right, there you go. And now we've made a high quality item, as you can see there. All right, so now let's talk about the stats required. So I had to do some melding. I had to take out some melds, if you looked at any of my previous videos, because I needed to upgrade my craftsmanship. So my gear isn't fully optimized, but I didn't want to pull out too much stuff. So I'm going to show you my weapon first. As you can see here, like I said earlier, that this build has more than enough CP. So you don't actually have to put in that Craftsman's Cunning Materia 5 in this weapon. You can skip that and only have 3 melds in here and you should be okay. But the problem is, as you can see here, the melds themselves are actually pretty expensive. I started off with a command 8. I put in a command 6. And then there's also a command 7. These are just the weapons alone. But I'm going to go down the gear and I'm going to show you. So here, once again, ignore the CP. You don't need it on the weapon. For the offhand, once again, just like the main hand, you don't need the CP. You can ignore it. Okay. Now going to the hat, and then the body, then the gloves, the belt, the leggings, and the boots. Now, as you can see here, the boots also, you don't need to put in CP9 in the boot. So if instead you're going to start off with a command 8 on the top, you can follow up with another command 8, and that'll improve your control bit. You won't even be losing much because the CP, you don't need that CP in there. Alright, going for the earrings. And then the neck. The bracelets. And both rings. Alright, now in case you don't have your specialization in blacksmith or whatever craft you're going to be doing, I'm going to go ahead and remove my soul crystal here. And I'm going to do another craft again, just so you can see how it works out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make these chakrams. Once again, I'm going to use only NQ material, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Alright, so we're going to start off with Reflect. Then we're going to do Manipulation, Innovation, Veneration, 4 Delicate Synthesis. Alright, then we're going to do Innovation again, Veneration again, and once again 4 more Delicate Synthesis. As you can see here, 11 stacks of Inner Quiet. So now we're going to do Fire God's Blessing combo. And then we're going to finish it off with our Focus Synthesis combo. So Veneration, observe, focus synth. There you go. All right. So now let's take a look at our stats. Once again, there's no soul crystal there. We're gonna remove our food so that you can see the stats, what it's like without food. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and remove that now. So base stats without food, without soul crystal, we're at 2,494 craftsmanship. Now you probably only need 2,480. So if you really need to, you can save some craftsmanship there. And for control, I have 2,474. You could probably save, I don't know, maybe 14 control off of that and still be okay. But I like having that little bit of buffer because you never know when you're gonna hit a string of poor qualities popping up. So it's nice to have just a little bit of cushion. So now, once again, we're going to talk about our food. We're going to use Blood Bullet Base HQ, and it gives us CP of plus 26% with a max of 66, as well as Control plus 5% with a max of 64. Okay. Or if you don't have enough CP on your gear, you haven't melded as strongly as I have, you can always buy the Craftsman Syrup or Craftsman's Tea, which will give you a little bit more CP. So you want to take that into account just in case you haven't melded as deeply. Like if you don't have any CP on your left side, you should still be okay if you pop one of these. Now I do highly recommend having CP on your right side, and the reason for that is these item levels are a lot lower because we haven't gotten facet accessories yet. So they're still item level 430, so they're a bit underneath the eye level threshold, so the stats themselves are semi-low. Alright, so just one more time, we're going to go through it. Okay. Reflect, Manipulation, Innovation, Veneration, 4 Delicate Synthesis, back to Innovation, Veneration, another 4 uses of Delicate Synthesis. Then Buyer God's Blessing combo, which is Innovation, Prudent Touch, Great Strides, Buyer God's Blessing, and then finishing it off with Veneration, Observe, and then Focus Synthesis. Now, you're probably wondering, where do I get these master recipes for the level 8 books? So, let's go ahead and go to any of the main starting cities. We're going to choose Limsa Lumensa. Alright, so from the main Aetheryte, as you can see here, we're going to be heading due west, all the way down toward the collectibles, Appraiser, and Script Exchange. So if you click Script Exchange, Crafter's Script Exchange, then you look under the yellow Crafter's Script Exchange for Master Recipes. You click that, and you scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll see that they sell the level 8 books for 1,200 yellow scripts. So from there, all you gotta do is you gotta go through the collectible Appraiser, and you look for things that give yellow scripts, and hopefully you can find something that is starred in the yellow area. Now, when I pass by, and this will change daily, so don't go by what I have. You'll have to check and look for what you can make. So right here I have Titan Bronze Mughal Fry Pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. Titan bronze Moogle fry pan. So this is the item that I want to be making. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go buy the materials right now, and then I'll show you how that works out. So Titan bronze ingot. I'm gonna go ahead and buy. Oh wow, they've gone up. Okay. Well, for science, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it, and I'm gonna get 1 Santique lumber. All right. There I have the materials to make that item. Okay. Now you can do this during the craft, but I'm gonna do it ahead in advance. And that is to make sure you have collectible synthesis activated. So as you can see here, I have collectible synthesis highlighted in my bar. I also have the buff. Right, very important, you want to make sure you have this. Do not start crafting until you have this up. All right, so with that in mind, normal quality materials. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and synthesize. So reflect, manipulation, innovation. Now I'm gonna be doing it a bit differently because this is a much lower stat for crafting. I don't want to like accidentally just go over and finish the progress. I need to make sure I get quality up to 100%. So since I'm going into it light, I'm going to be doing prudent touch first before I do the delicate synthesis. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to do this 4 times. Alright, as you can see, just those 4 times alone I can get pretty high. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and do innovation, veneration, delicate synthesis. Alright, so this is maxed out right here, right? So now all I got to do is finish this off. Observe. And then focused synthesis. And I guess I'll finish off with a careful synth. Alright, so you're going to get the screen. Finish the following item as a collectible. Collectible rating of 1,574. Yes, that's what I want. Okay. After making said item, then you go to the collectible appraiser. You click the item, and then go ahead and hand it in. So as you can see there, I got 216 yellow crafter scripts from that. And you just keep doing that until you save up enough scripts that you can buy a recipe book. Remember, they are 1,200. Also keep in mind that you cap out at 2,000 scripts. So you can't just make a whole bunch of stuff and then buy all of them. You have to literally spend the 1,200, craft some more, and just keep doing that until you buy them all. It should only take maybe an hour or 2 if you have a high enough crafter, and you can just plow through these really quickly. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider smashing that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe and ring that bell for notifications on future videos that I might be posting. And until next time, take care. Goodbye.